Today we're going to look at another interesting sales letter written for the direct response publishing behemoth Boardroom. Now, in my last video, I talked about how Eugene Schwartz helped Martin Edelston, the founder of Boardroom, found this company, and today it's worth several hundred millions of dollars. And what they did for most of their history was doing direct mail promotions and stuff through the mail with direct response marketing. And the piece that we're going to look at today was written by a copywriter called Mel Martin, who a key person inside Boardroom called the best copywriter you've never heard of, because he was working from the shadows most of the time, and he was really a master of bullets and fascinations. So today we're going to look at the famous promotion called the Book of Secrets, and basically this was a compilation, let's say, of a bunch of random fun facts that can give people an edge. So in my last video, when I talked about Boardroom reports, it had a relatively similar theme in the sense that, it basically made people an insider into finding out how certain industries work, how can they get an edge over the competition, how even if they're busy executive, for example, they can still get the essence of all the business news and all the various things that are happening in the world. So today's Book of Secrets promotion is kind of similar to that in the sense that it gives people, secrets. It's a compilation of secrets. But the interesting thing with this, and this again shows how powerful copywriting can be, is that this promotion, which was written in 1990, if I remember correctly, was actually it actually flopped 2 times. So it didn't go as planned because, and I'm just gonna jump into the in my notes as well. So first time, actually, it was called the Book of Checklists, and the editorial team came up with a whole new format for the book itself. It was supposed to look like a checklist, but when they launched it, it didn't go well. And then second time they launched it, they called it the Great Book of Inside Knowledge, and it did even worse. And the reason for this probably was that people don't want to learn stuff explicitly, most of them at least, and the concept of checklist and inside knowledge kind of presupposes that you have to consume a lot of information to get the knowledge that you need, that you want. So the third time they actually brought in Mel Martin, who kind of rewrote the entire promotion and called it the Book of Secrets. And this was a smash hit, and it actually, the whole promotion, the campaign went from one of the worst performing promotions for Boardroom to the best performing promotion of Boardroom, so much so that they did like 20 million pieces of mail for this promotion, and the biggest promotion of all time for Boardroom, and maybe for direct response companies as well, was 9 million pieces. So that, to give you a conceptualization of how this looks like, it's like 36 trucks full of mail that goes out to people. So think about it. It's pretty big. And it's a great story of rags to riches in the sense that how to take one of the biggest losers into the biggest winners just by bringing in a master copywriter who's gonna just put another spin on the same idea, and people will buy it now. So yeah, that's the power of Mel Martin, also known for his powerful fascinations. So I don't have that many notes for this one because it's just a collection of fascinations, but we're gonna look at several of them so that you get a better idea of how to sell something with fascinations, and especially if it's something, a book, you have an extra edge with this as well. So the main idea here is that and this is just part of, because there were other like mailing stuff, that mailed in the envelope, but this is like the main sales letter itself. As you can see, it's mostly just bullets and fascinations. That's it, and that's all you need sometimes. Even to this day, you can still sell a book by this. It's super powerful because as Brian Kurtz, who worked for like decades for Boardroom, said, multiple entry points focusing on universal fears that consumers need solutions about is a very effective method to capture a very large audience. Or Fascination's rule. Or, as I have said before, paranoia is not a psychosis, it's survival. So what this means is that, again, what we learned from Eugene Schwartz is that it's impossible to motivate people to want something. The only way to successfully sell them something is to tap into one of their existing fears, one of their existing beliefs, one of their existing desires. You cannot create desire on your own. The only thing you can do is to basically leverage already existing mass desires that the market has. And for this specific audience, and for most people, frankly, people have various paranoid thoughts. They believe in certain conspiracies. They just have a feeling that they're left out of something, or that the big bad executives in big pharma are trying to screw them over all the time, which may or may not be the case, but still it's a deep-rooted fear in people. And by basically trying to extract these fears and to conceptualize them more with various entry points, with various bullets, you have a much better chance of actually hooking people emotionally. And then once they read a few more bullets, once they read the offer itself, they're much more likely to buy. And to tell you the truth, after going through this whole ad, if there's just one or two things that people are really interested in, it's already worth it for them to buy the product itself. Because, come on, it's not an expensive product at all. It's like $30. Okay, it was in the 1990s, so now that would be like $70 or something. But still, it's not a bad deal at all. And like most people, they want an edge in life. They believe that there are tons of secrets, and they kind of are. But this whole format can be really, really effective, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. Basically, what you have is that you have a very, very short intro part. You have bullets all the way, and then you have the offer with a little PS or something. That's it. And then you can also use this in a modern day landing page or advertorial or something like that. The other interesting topic that we should mention here, and this again comes from Brian Kurtz, is that the concept of a bloodhound for you. So Martin Edelston, who was the face of this company, Boardroom, had the image of being an insider, being someone who is an insider, but just like Robin Hood, he's fighting for the average guy. He's fighting for people who don't have all this inside knowledge, who are not like establishment people or something. So Bloodhound, in a sense that someone seeking the truth on your behalf. This is a very strong psychological thing that even to this day still works. Like, think about it. There must be some sort of guru or Bloodhound type of character in stuff that you're interested in, that you follow, that you think is credible because he's fighting for you. He's trying to uncover the secrets of, I don't know, the nutrition industry to bring you the best news and the best scientific research that you're interested in. So that's what Martin Edelston did, and that's what Mel Martin, I know their names are confusing a little bit, so Mel Martin brought out to the forefront with this promotion. So basically, there's just a bunch of bullets, fascinations. I'm just going to call them fascinations now because they have very, very high fascination element to it. They have very high curiosity to them. And as we go through them, you're going to notice that they don't give away the real stuff. It's all about the tease. And most of them aren't long. So most bullets in modern day online courses or something are too inflated, and I've also been like guilty of this. Some of my bullets, especially earlier on, have been a bit too inflated, trying to cram as many ideas as possible into them so that they knock people off the fence. But it doesn't work like that, and I learned this from David Deutsch. I'm in his insider circle training group. And the way how David Deutsch, for example, another legendary copywriter, uses bullets, it's like, in most cases, it's like one idea per bullet, and you don't have to overcomplicate it. You just have to give a little tease to people. So After all this intro, if you're still here, good for you. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel as well, because that definitely helps out a lot. But let's jump into some fascinations. So let's say this one, dieting secrets. Did you know there are two kinds of calories? One is less fattening than the other. Page 178. So notice how, it brings up something that is on people's mind, and it introduces the concept of 2 calories. And, some people might know this, but he doesn't say that, there are good kind and bad kind. Which one are you eating? He just says one is less fattening than the other. So at this point, even if you have a hunch about 2 types of calories, like which one is good and which one is bad. So it's a powerful fascination. And then we have the page 178, which kind of like teases it and dimensionalizes it once again, because you're going to find out the answer here. It's kind of like a trailer. Sexual side effects, good and bad, of common prescription drugs. Page 215. Again, it's just so short, but it's like, wow, so there might be some good side effects to it? Okay, I want to know. What car dealers charge you for twice? You could read your bill over and over and still not spot the scam. Page 60. Again, pretty powerful. How the color of your car affects your chances of being stopped for speeding. Page 60. Okay, interesting. So I want to know that. And as we go through them, you can notice that there are various bullet formulas used here. And I covered this before in a video before when we looked at bullet 21, proven bullet formulas from Clayton Makepeace. You might want to check out that video as well. You're going to find it in the playlist. There's a link to the whole playlist that I'm doing with this proven ads breakdown series. And just find the video with Clayton Makepeace, and then you'll find out how, these bullets, what formulas they're using. I also like this one. Diamonds are forever, right? Wrong. They're only precious stones. 3 other precious stones are safer long-term investments. Page 325. Maybe we could have improved these by saying these 3 precious stones, these 3 other precious stones are safer long-term investments. Maybe the these would make it even more powerful. Horse racing secrets, times when the experts don't bet. I know that Dan Kennedy would love this because he's a big horse racing aficionado. How to spot signs of sexual abuse in child who can't talk about it. Interesting, by the way, I noticed in early fascinations that sometimes they don't include things like a child or children or something. It's like they leave it out. I don't know exactly why that happens. To me, it sounds a little bit weird nowadays, but maybe back in those days it worked. Another interesting thing is that between a few of these bullets, so like let's say we had 10 of them, we have a little transition element to the next set of bullets, so that it's not all about a very long bullet list, but like a relatively long bullet list, and then we have a little connection element. So it says you don't have to take my word for any of this. The book of secrets come with a 1-year money-back guarantee. I'm betting you never ask me for a refund. So this just teases the offer a little bit, and then we go into even more fascinations here. So for example, how to borrow on your life insurance without reducing the death benefit, even if you never repay the loan. Deceptive language on food labels that makes high sugar content look small. Interesting. Inside report on executive videotapes. What Simmons and Fonda do wrong. Bank secrets. The first loan they offer you is always the most expensive kind. What to hold out for instead. So again, this might be super interesting for people who want to get a loan. So again, we're just qualifying more and more people. We're talking about stuff about health. We're talking about wealth. We're talking about self-development. We're talking about being an insider in all sorts of various things. For example, airline secrets. Flight that suits your schedule best may never show up on travel agent's computer. What to demand to see. How to beat the penalty for taking money out of an IRA before 59.5 years. Cool, interesting. If you want to invest into something else instead of an IRA, then this might be interesting for you. Cruise costs the same through any travel agent, right? Wrong. Page 91. I love this format, by the way, the right-wrong bullet. I think it's super effective, but you don't have to overuse it, that's for sure. Poker secrets. How to know when players are bluffing. Poker face can't hide these telltale signs. Again, it's just one more random fun fact that you might be interested in that might give you an edge in life. And it's like you get all this inside like a 400-page book for like $30. Count me in, why not? When to fix a flat tire and when to replace it. Tire repair products never to use. Never. Very interesting. Here's a very short one. Painkillers that make pain worse. Page 214. You know, you don't have to overcomplicate it. It's better, you know, we could go on longer and longer into how this works and everything, but it's not always needed. It's just one bullet, and then you can have two more other unique bullets related to painkillers, so that you agitate the pain a little bit more. Vitamins never to buy at a health food store. This is contrarian in nature. Like vitamins and health food store, they should go hand in hand, right? Like health food should only give you the good ones, right? Well, not necessarily. How non-dairy creamers can hurt you. Raw sugar is better for you than the refined kind, right? Wrong. Investment secrets. 4 words never to believe when you hear them from a stockbroker. Page 322. So, interesting. Again, if you want to invest something and you don't trust this, again, it presupposes and it kind of validates that people don't trust stockbrokers. They know that most of them, 90-something% of them, are, let's just say, scam artists. And we just tap into their original fear and we agitate it with this fascination. Here are another few short ones. How expert buy a mink coat. How experts buy a caviar. What to feed your dog instead of pet food, and the inside reasons why. So it's an interesting what and why bullet. How to shave with a brand new blade and never cut yourself. Again, this was a major pain point for people back in the day. How to get a good night's sleep without pills. Keep the room cool, right? Wrong. Page 198. So again, I think this is a very good fascination as well, because it brings up a common pain in people, and then the immediate objection to that pain, to this fascination, let's say, in people would be, I mean, sure, I just take a sleeping pill. But no, we counteract this objection by saying, keep the room cool, right? Or we can also say, because in the end, this doesn't use the sleeping pill objection. I mean, it does. So there's the first objection is like how to get a good night's sleep without pills. So it already preemptively answers an objection. But then the second objection of people to this would be, okay, so then I guess I'll just keep my room cool, right? But no, wrong. So you got to find out now. So after a few of these bullets, we have the offer part itself, which says, there are inside angles to everything. Here in plain English are 1026 of the shrewdest. Send for the Book of Secrets and pick the brains of all 421 experts at my risk. So it's no risk at all to the reader. We want to position the offer itself as a no-brainer. Read it from cover to cover, all 394 pages of it. Take as long as 12 months to decide how much all of this inside know-how is worth to you. So there's a 1-year money-back guarantee. And actually there's a lot of research that says that the longer your money-back guarantee, the less people are actually going to ask for a refund. Because, they feel like, so I have plenty of time to get my refund, so I'll just do it later if I want to. But then they're going to forget it, and most people, 80% of them, are for sure going to forget it. So it might be interesting to experiment with this as well. Obviously, this only works for products in which you don't have to spend personal time after someone buys something. So for a coaching product, obviously it would be different. So then we have a price drop. Regularly $50, executive discount price $29.95, and then this is a little bit weird in my opinion in the end, but hey, it worked. So is it a deal? Then please mail the no risk trial form today, and many thanks. So it's a binary question. I wouldn't necessarily use it, but maybe for this audience, it was definitely working. So then we have two PSs actually. First one is another interesting fascination. To avoid catching someone else's cold, keep your hands away from your eyes. Your eyes? So again, something shocking. And we have another thing, which is a bonus, let's say. So it's like they also get an extra bonus if they buy within 10 days. Another reason why it pays to mail your order form today. So it makes sense. It's a reason why type of copy. So yeah, that's it. This is more of an advanced lesson, but I think it was super fun. And whenever you want to write bullets of your own, just save this to your reference, and you can use you can model your bullets after these as well. You have plenty of examples here. And if you're just writing a landing page or Facebook ad or advertorial or maybe even an email or a very short sales page, you just include like 3 to 5 of these bullets and with a headline and with a call to action, and that's it. That's all you really need for a squeeze page or a landing page, for example. And if you have like a book for a lead magnet or like a checklist or a booklet or something, then it's also a great way to use these types of things. So yeah, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.